And we're live.
Captain's Log, Stardate 8323.1. The Argo is en route to Trillia, where we hope to rendezvous with Commander Wartburg, hopefully the real Commander Wartburg this time, and weave together the various threads we have collected regarding recent attempts to destabilize the uneasy relationship between the Federation and the Klingons. After his coded message to me, Wolfgang has gone silent, undoubtedly because he is wanted for the attempted assassination of High Counselor Gorkon, although we now know that some kind of cloned and programmed doppelganger was actually responsible. First, however, the Argo must successfully transit the Corridor, a narrow band of neutral space running between the borders of the Klingon and Romulan empires. The Corridor is known for frequent ion storms, and it is not unusual for ships to go missing when attempting to cross this region. Not to mention the fact that a single navigation error could send the Argo into Klingon or Romulan space, violating treaties and potentially even starting a war. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't risk the passage, but our current situation is far from normal, and the corridor is the quickest route to the part of the Federation space that lies beyond the empires, where I hope we can finally find out who is trying to manipulate the three most powerful polities in this region of the galaxy, why they're doing so, and to put an end to these deadly machinations once and for all. End log.
Sorry, I went to move you. So, we start the first scene off on the bridge of the Argo as you are making your way towards the narrowest point in the current passage, way towards the other section of Federation space. For this part, you guys have a bit of free time of whatever you wish to do before you get to that section.
All right. Haggard is going to try a Hail Mary pass. He's going to compose basically a letter to be sealed, time sealed at Memory Alpha until Stardate 662495.89, which is the 1st July 2985. Let's see if I can. Probably won't all fit in Discord. There it is. So I've put it in Discord. Basically, classification Memory Alpha time sealed document. Release date was the start date I just gave you. Priority 1 medical emergency from date of unsealing. 2 commanding officer field operations Starfleet Temporal Command from Captain Ulysses Haggard, commanding officer USS Argo, re Lieutenant Allison Jensen. Lieutenant Allison Jensen was injured while transiting aboard the USS Argo NCC 2001 on stardate 8317.9 and suffered serious progressive temporal-based neurological trauma, treatment of which is beyond our current medical capabilities. See attached medical records, and all of the data and scans that the sick bay staff has done on Jensen will be attached. Despite the best efforts of my medical team and Lieutenant Jensen's on-dogged determination to do her duty, her condition is worsening and has left her unable to operate effectively. I request emergency medical assistance to enable Lieutenant Jensen to complete her mission. And then he's also formally requesting that Lieutenant Jensen be awarded the Christopher Pike Medal of Valor, or its equivalent, for putting herself between a lethal phaser blast and Klingon High Counselor Gorkon on stardate 8318.5, thereby saving his life and preventing a war between the Klingon empires and the United Federation of Planets. So, and I know you can time seal documents at Memory Alpha.
Oh
so
boy.
I figured this was worth a shot.
Temple Affairs are going to love you.
Well, oh yeah, and there's also a PS. As this is apparently the second time Lieutenant Jensen has requested the assistance of the Argo and her crew in this, quote, temporal Cold War, end quote, it is increasingly obvious that you need assets in place in our time. I have repeatedly put my ship and my crew in danger on the thinnest of evidence in what I believe to be our common cause, and so I have one final request. I want in. No memory wipes, no sneaking around. You need us, you send Jensen to me directly. I work better when there's enough light to see by. Haggard.
All right. Make this a task. Let's go with control con difficulty of 3, just to make sure it gets to this proper location and that it's people don't accidentally read it under Federation law.
Do you want me to roll, or do you want Mira to roll?
You to roll, because you're the one kind of
Okay. Control con difficulty what?
3.
Okay.
Sorry, 2.
Difficulty 2. I do not think any of my focuses will apply. No. Really don't want to flub this one, so I'll give you a threat for a third die. On difficulty 2, control con. Any assists from ship or anything?
Ship can assist with computers. Con.
Okay. So here's Haggard. Oof. And we start off the game right. And then the ship, computers, con.
Well, you do get a momentum. I'll take the first roll. Oh, what to do with that complication? I'm assuming. I mean, you can spend your only momentum, and I'll take a threat if you want to squash it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Just. No. It's been so long, so I had to keep track of my momentum. I've forgotten how.
Is there any role play that anybody wishes to do?
Martel might have something. He's gonna basically motion over his shoulder. Captain?
Yes, Commander? No. Yes, Commander? No. Go over to...
I have an idea I'd like to run by you. Would you mind, Oh, thank you, sir. He's gonna basically, on his terminal, pull something up. This is something that I've been thinking about, sir. With us going through this narrow corridor between both Romulan and Klingon space, I think it might be possible to modify our warp drive signature to look more like a freighter, so we're not more of a tempting target, or we have more of a reason to look like we're being there, sir, rather than just what's a Starfleet ship doing going through the corridor.
Well, it seemed to work well when we were heading into Klingon space in the Orcon system. However, disguising ourselves as a freighter also limits our speed, and we're more concerned with that this transit than anything else, I'm afraid.
Do you have any ideas as to what we could make ourselves look like, sir? And still give us the speed capabilities, of course.
Well, we will be as fraught as the space is. It is neutral space. Theoretically, we have the right of free passage through it.
Understandable, sir. Then I will table this for now in case we need it later.
It's a good idea. Don't get me wrong. And it served us well in the past. We just need to get to where we're going as fast as we can this go round. However, as acting XO, I need you to see to rigging the ship for foul weather. Who knows what kind of ion storms we may encounter. We don't want anything unbattened down or loose flying around. So make sure all departments are prepared. And tell Chef to douse the galley fires. Crew's going to be on food synthesizers, rations until we cross the territory.
Douse the fires and put away the knives. Aye, sir.
Ensigns Haran and West. This is going to depend a lot on you two. You've got to plot and keep an exact course. We can't drift too far either way or the Federation's in trouble.
Understood, Captain.
Let me know when you've got a course laid in.
We're on target to pass through the area, Captain, but keeps getting narrower and narrower as we approach.
Mr. Chitre, what's the weather forecast? And Andrew, if you want to take Chitre as the supporting science officer, you definitely can.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that'd be kind of neat. I haven't tried this before. Are they a PC or NPC?
They're supporting, so developed NPC, I would guess. They're under the supporting characters.
Okay.
And he's Chitre.
I'm not seeing it. Am I? Oh, there it is with a C. And I apologize. What was the last thing you said to Trey? Oh.
Captain wants to get a sort of scan of what the weather forecast is going to be like going through the corridor. And for this, this is going to be a reason plus science, assisted by the ship's sensors plus science. Because of the range of where you're at, it's going to be difficulty of 2.
Hi, Captain. Of course. It'd be my pleasure. Checking the forecast for you now. So I noticed you had highlighted the 2 stats on the character sheet. Are you then porting that into the chat window to roll? Am I coming through okay?
So,
Yeah,
you'll go ahead.
Okay, so what you'll do, Andrew,
Yep.
is I think it's a control science roll, correct, Prax?
I believe it was reason science.
Reason science.
So you'll click on the tab that says reason.
Yep.
You'll scroll down. You click on the tab that says science.
Mm-hmm.
And then go over to where it says dice roller, where it says complication range. That's 1. And then dice is you've got your 2 through 5. Standard is 2 unless you buy more dice. And then there is a Starfleet symbol right by that dice column. Just click that and you'll roll.
Yeah, I think it's a bad image for me. It's not showing it, but it's the one beside the 1, right? To the left of it?
Yes, to the left of it.
Cool. Okay.
I need the ship's sensors plus science. All right, 1 momentum gained.
Thank you.
I'm going to type the information to you.
So when it shows a 1 and 2, that's how many successes were rolled?
Correct.
Cool.
And Prax is typing out the information, so look out for a direct message on Discord.
Excellent.
The way he does it is that way we can report as if we're on Star Trek.
Nice. I like that. How do I factor focuses in on a roll like that?
On the character sheet, you got your focuses listed.
Yep.
And if you have one that applies, you can, under the dice roller again, it says focused used, and it's got no, yes. Yeah, just click on whichever one is appropriate.
I think yes was already highlighted, so hopefully that was appropriate.
I believe Chitre has sensor operations as a focus, so.
Sure does. Yep. Sure does. Thank you.
Yes, that is a quick and dirty explanation of how the dice roller works.
That's great. Captain, preliminary scans do show an ion storm on our current heading. If we were to continue at our current speed, we'll approach it within, what did I say, 3 hours? Does that make sense? Recommend changing course and or speed, Captain, to avoid that ion storm if possible.
Can we deviate around the storm without drifting into either Klingon or Romulan territory?
I'm afraid not, Captain.
What's the severity of the storm?
Start typing on the LCARs. Class 4.
Oh boy, Martel speaks up. Looks like I've got my work cut out for me.
All right, blue alert.
And the lights for the conditions switch to the blue hue, notifying the crew, and then a small auto tone that I don't have for blue alert.
Fair enough. You said reducing speed might allow us to avoid the storm. Mr. Chitre, how slow are we talking?
That's a great question. Checking for you, Captain. I'm sorry, Captain. There's just no avoiding the storm regardless of speed. My initial estimates were off. We'd have to actually reduce the sublight speeds even to pass through the storm at all.
Understood. Lieutenant Mira, give me all ship. Attention all hands, this is the captain. We are going to have to transit through an ion storm, so things may get a little rough. If possible, secure yourselves. Take extra precaution when going about your duties and moving through the corridors. Make sure all loose objects are battened away. Captain out. All right, Ensign West. Take us in.
Aye, sir. And with that, we'll go to the next scene. So you go down one momentum.
But we only had one.
I know. I'm sorry.
completely forgot about that rule when I ran that game on Monday. That's funny.
The Argo drops to sublight speed just ahead of the ion storm. Ahead of you is a quite difficult path. Just so you guys know, each square as you move in through the ion storm is going to have a random difficulty that only I know, which I'll post a screenshot of like the map after we're done so you can see. But each square, as you move through it, you'll have to roll a daring plus con, assisted by these ships' engines plus con. Depending on the area, there'll be difficulties for that. Also, moving through this, your ship's shields will also take 5 challenge dice worth of damage for each check. If the contest fails, the ship will take 10 challenge dice worth of damage. It is quite treacherous.
So I'm assuming this is Romulan neutral zone and this is Klingon space.
Correct.
Whenever possible, Haggard is going to try to assist Ensign West. I mean, she's better con option than he is. He's not bad though, but
there are things technically that Haran can do as well. She can also plot course, which will be a base difficulty of 3, which will lower the difficulty.
Is that for each square she'll need to make that roll?
I'm gonna double check a rule real quick. It's been a while. It would have to be for each square. There's also chart hazard. So there's plot course and chart hazard. You can pick one of them for each square you go into. The difficulty is 3, but it does change what the ship rolls. The chart hazard might give you a bit better benefit. Just depends on how you guys play that out. Those rulings are on page 222 of the core rulebook.
Thanks. I was going to ask.
I believe Haran is a supporting character, and then you have West, who is essentially an NPC character that anyone can pick up and play West for. There are other things you can do, like you could technically modulate the shields to help give you some extra resistance going through this.
Modulate shields is an ops task, correct?
It's an engineering task.
Yeah, engineering.
Or, well, no, actually tactical, technically. Sorry. It's a control security task.
Oh, okay.
What are you rolling control security, Martel?
16.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's as good as Shishran, our supporting security. So why don't you take over that? Andrew, do you want to take the full NPC Katie West, or do you want to take Ensign Haran?
I like West. I was just looking over the character, and they look like a lot of fun.
And I will take Haran. Is there a way the captain can assist? Or is this one of those where he just has to sit back and grip his chair and trust his people?
Depends on the situation. You could probably create advantages for different dice rolls. Like, this isn't really combat type scenario. It's more like you guys working together to essentially try to trek through this ion storm.
Okay. Okay, so I would like to create an advantage. Sorry, going to help us navigating through though. But since I've given orders and done an all crew call to basically prepare the ship for rough weather, is there? I would like to create some kind of advantage where having everything battened down and as secured as possible as per orders. I don't know. Maybe gives us an extra point of resistance or something.
No, but I would say if there's like an emergency on the ship, that it would reduce the difficulty for calling aid to.
So maybe reduce the difficulty of damage control parties to repair.
Yeah.
Because everything's been stowed away.
Yeah. I would allow that.
Do I need to roll for that?
Presence command difficulty of 2.
I'll give you a threat for bold. Inspiration or negotiation, or persuasion, rather.
No, you're not really persuading the crew to do anything. Like this is what
Hand facers then. Okay, so I'll roll without the focus. Here it goes. Oof, but I have bold, so let's see if I can get a complication. There we go, barely.
All right. All right, you give the order to the crew. You have that advantage. It will lower the difficulty for damage control teams by 1. Essentially, the crew is prepped and ready to a harsh journey through an ion storm.
Haran's reason con is not great. But we're activating her, actually, so let me give her something real quick. Sorry, guys, give me just a sec to look at some con talents.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot of navigation talents, are there? Anybody got a good one to suggest off the top of their head?
So we're at talent for the character.
Yeah, because we're activating her, we get to add something.
She's ops, is that right? Or
Navigation, actually.
navigation.
Yeah, she's con. Let me look in the command book. I think there's some in there.
You could go with technical expertise, which that would give her a free reroll for the ship or one of her dice with either doing plot course or chart hazards.
No, she's already got Pathfinder, which is a good one for nav officer.
Oh, we're doing Haran.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Okay.
because her rolls are going to be reason con, and her reason is her dump stat. But yeah, technical expertise would be good because she's for either of the roles she's going to be doing. She's going to be being assisted by computers or sensors. Or
Yeah, the other thing is, does she have bold or cautious?
she has cautious.
Okay, so she's got that. Never mind.
Okay. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe technical expertise.
So is this a support character rule where when you access them, you're adding new traits as you go? Just
Yeah. After their first activation, like starting their second activation, you can give them a value, a focus, a talent. You can add 1 point to a discipline or 1 point to an attribute. You can do each of those once, and there are limits to how far up you can go
right.
with each column. But it's kind of a neat built-in way mechanically to satisfy players' needs for character advancement when main characters advance kind of slowly.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's really charming.
And it also is a mechanical way of doing that cool Star Trek thing where you happen to have just the expert you need on hand for whatever task, because you can give them any of this stuff right before whatever you need before happens. Okay, so Haran is going to attempt to. I think we're going to try. Can't really reduce the ion storm. Okay, let's do a chart hazard though. See if I can make this work.
It'll be reason con, difficulty 3, assist by the ship's sensors plus con.
I got the ship.
Okay. And so far we have no momentum on the board.
I'm reading over Pathfinder talent. It seems like that's only going to apply to the plot of course. So I don't think that applies to chart hazards. At least reading the ruling on it.
Okay, so then maybe let's do plot of course, although reducing it by 2 is nice with the chart hazard.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's reduce the difficulty of this task by 2 down to 1 for a total of complication range 3.
Okay, so you can do plot course.
Yeah, plot course. Reason con. She does have astronavigation.
That'll apply. Assist by the ship's computers plus con.
And she'll give you bold 4 die. See if we can't generate some momentum. All right, fingers crossed. Okay. So she gained a momentum.
Yeah, gained a momentum. Which this is so far is going to reduce the difficulty to move into the ion storm by 1.
Right. Which is.
Might I recommend I-11?
Oh, you're looking at the map already.
Oh yeah.
That seems as good a choice as any.
Agreed.
Take us in, Ensign West.
Aye, Captain. Taking us in.
All right, so for Ensign West, I need a daring plus con, assisted by these ship's engines plus con, difficulty of 1.
That sounds like something she's very good at. Focus of helm operations seems appropriate. Would you agree?
Yes.
And you said complication range of 1?
Yes, complication range is currently 1.
Excellent. And difficulty is 2. Is that right?
Difficulty is 1.
1. Oh, you reduced it. So we don't need to
You
spend
guys
momentum.
reduced it by 1, so.
That's correct, yes. Okay. Let's try this out. That looks good.
Engines con for the ship. 2 momentum gained. As the ship enters the ion storm, guys, the ship rattles and shakes. Sound effects. You can hear
Awesome.
the lightning bounce off the hull from the ion storm. Where to next? So you make your way through the ion storm.
Thinking,
Yeah, I'm thinking I-13.
yeah, kind of follow.
Yeah, you see the path that I'm following there,
Yeah.
Haggard?
Right there, and then
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
kind of up this way or up that way, either one. Although this takes us further away from H12, so. So yeah, moving into I-13. Haran will do the same thing again, but she'll give you a momentum to activate cautious for her third die. We'll risk the complication range 3 again because we're stupid.
All right. Reducing difficulty down to 1.
All right. I don't think I'm going to re-roll that one with the complication range that high.
2 momentum gain. The difficulty is reduced by 1.
Nicely done.
You can spend 2 momentum to reduce it by 1 again if you would like, or you can let it stand.
We think guys hold on to the momentum or take it down?
I bow to your experience.
I'd say hold on to it because you might want to spend it for West,
No.
for more dice, and then if we get a complication, you might want to squash it.
Does West have bold or cautious?
She has bold con.
Bold con. Okay.
I made her. I mean,
Okay,
come
yeah.
on. She's going to have both.
So that means when she spends threats, she gets a reroll on one of the d20s, right?
Yes,
If it's
that
fine.
is correct.
Thank you.
So yeah, let's have Ensign West move us into I-13.
All right. That is going to be a daring plus con difficulty of 2, reduced by your plot course, assisted by the ship's engines plus con.
You got that one, Martel? Ship, I mean.
And Prax, I'm just assuming you're taking the advanced sensors into
Ooh,
I
account.
am. Yeah.
I figured.
that was a good roll.
Nice.
Whoa, wow.
It's 4 momentum gain.
Oh.
That means we're capped with 2 floating.
So can we spend some of
Yeah.
that now for any effects?
It has to.
You create-
The advantage has to pertain to the actual task at hand.
Mhm. So we can create an advantage, then, is what you're saying.
Depends on the advantage.
Right. Okay, fair enough.
Could West be at least for the moment, kind of feeling the ebb and flow of the storm to maybe reduce the difficulty of her next con roll.
Yeah, just looking at her values, like she's got if it isn't fun and it isn't risky, kind of fits into that too, right? Like I think she's on the high, really feeling it. If that makes sense.
I
Ship,
forgot about our damage.
yeah. Ship takes no damage.
Oh, right.
'cause
Oh,
of-
nice.
Say ship takes no damage.
Yeah, it takes no damage. It's
Okay.
4, which resistance 5.
So what do you think about that advantage, Prax?
Call it something like riding the lightning.
All right, I'll allow it.
Okay. So it looks to me like going this way and then here, we're kind of running into tighter spaces. If we take a route that takes us a little closer to the Klingon border, like down here
Mm-hmm.
and up here, we might. So
Well, we
maybe
can't
make
hit
us up that way.
I-17, so
Would that be considered Klingon space then?
maybe we'd be way too close.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it'd
it's
be
not
way
worth the
close.
risk.
So what do you think? Well, one way or another, we're moving into H14, whether we take this one or this one.
I would agree.
Yeah. All right. So I've already reduced wests by 1. So he has to avoid that habit. So I don't know. I think plot course is still the best way to go. So I'm just going to reduce the difficulty of her plot course roll by 1 down to 2. So the complication range will be at 2. I'll spend a momentum for a 3rd die. Actually, you guys think I ought to buy a 4th die?
We have a lot of momentum, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, that's your call there, Cap.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and buy the 4th die. Maybe we can. Hopefully, this isn't a terrible, terrible mistake.
That Pathfinder talent's really cool.
Can be.
For
when that
this,
happens.
yeah, when you're doing uncharted territory, it can be for this. Which is
Yeah,
kind of the first time I've
true.
really done this, so
There you
That's
go. That
cool.
got rid of the complication.
Oh, nice.
So there's 3, which was the difficulty was 2, so it looks like 1, 2, 3. Back capped. So West difficulty should be reduced by a total of 2.
Wow, very nice. That's task 0 generally.
How'd that get
We don't
to
know what's-
9?
I don't know.
gave yourself too much momentum there.
Yeah, I know. I fixed it though.
So you're reducing the difficulty by the next. So yeah, this will actually be a daring con difficulty 0 from the advantage.
Oh, damn. Daring Con.
Of course, we're just assuming that the map has anything to do with the actual path.
That's true. It's so cool, though. It's a really neat visual. I like this a lot.
Thank you. All right, the ship is trying to find its way through the ion storm. Nerves are a little rattled at this time.
To be honest, Captain, I don't like the look of H16. I'm thinking more G13.
Playing it cautious, that's no fun.
Nice.
I mean, I'm the engineer. I don't want to break the ship.
That's a fair point. It looks like any way we go, we're going to wind up, because if we go into G13, it's going to be a tight squeeze into F14, and then we're going to have to start kind of tracking back F14, G15, G17.
F14 to F16.
Okay. And then where are you going?
Excuse me.
From what I can tell from the radius of the light that we are generating, I'm thinking maybe F18, but I'd rather wait until we get to F16 to figure that out.
Okay. So we're thinking now G13 to F14 and then F16.
Yeah, that's the path I'm seeing.
Agreed.
Okay. All right. That does sound like a plan. Haggard will say, all right, everybody take a deep breath. Everyone's doing very well. Just relax. We've got this licked. Haran, West, keep doing what you're doing. You're the best helm team in the fleet. Everything's going to be just fine. She's a hardy ship, and she can take a few knocks. Let's go. Let's keep going. Just to try and kind of ease the tension a little bit. So, Haran, let's see.
I think Wes has to contain herself from whooping. Because one of her values really is that I really am the best. So you just said that, so it's perfect.
Okay, she's gonna buy 4 die again. She'll keep the complication range at 2, which makes it a difficulty 2 task instead of difficulty 3 task. Ooh, that's not good, Haran.
Ooh.
Well, you get a momentum.
Oh.
There are
Can re-roll one of those. Okay.
There is a complication on the board.
Excellent.
We can buy it off. It'll take our momentum down to 1.
You gained 1, so
it would take us down to 2. So I think that's actually worth it. So we'll just buy off that complication.
All right.
Tap the blinking light and it goes away. Ooh. The little neutral zone parts illuminated now. Stressful.
Suddenly, the ship is caught in a eddy as the ship is thrown deeper into a deep path of the ion storm. I need Ensign West to make a Daring Con difficulty of 4. This is by the ship's engines plus con to hold position, or they might be thrown into the neutral zone.
Ooh. What was the difficulty? Sorry, I missed that.
Difficulty is 4.
Ooh.
Daring Con.
So we're being basically pushed from behind?
Essentially, yes. Like you've caught a current and the ship is being thrown towards the neutral zone.
Damn, that's cool. I think we probably want to buy some dice here since I'm only at 2 to start.
Mhm.
Now she has bold with con. Should we buy it with threat to get the reroll?
As long as you buy one die with threat, you get the reroll. So you can
Yeah.
buy one with. You can spend 1 threat, 2 momentum, and roll 4 dice, or you can spend 4 threat, 2 momentum, and roll 5 dice.
That sounds like a lot. I didn't know you could mix and match. That's really cool.
Ship takes 2 damage to its shields.
Okay.
What do you guys think? Should I buy 5 dice or just keep it at 4? Hope the focuses save us.
Haggard will assist by saying, forward thrusters full. In other words, your forward thrusters full to push us back against the forces carrying us in.
Oh, it's reverse thrusters, but okay.
Okay, yeah, okay. Well, I was thinking because they would be in the front of the ship, is what you.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, a reverse thrusters at full, and to maybe get an assist roll.
Sure.
Cool. So I think I think we'll buy 1 die with threat, and then spend the 2 momentum for the 4th, if that's agreeable. Since it is a group resource, I don't want to speak for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll be rolling 4 dice. The ship's going to add a die, and you're helping.
Right.
Cool. All right.
Not that you needed it.
Apparently not.
Just need the assist and engines con.
Am I rolling presence command or
Presence command.
command? Okay.
You get the 2 momentum back, and you gain a 3rd.
And I can reroll that 0. Is that right?
You can, yes, if you like.
If you want to risk it.
You want to risk
It's
it.
up to you. Yeah, I guess we could get a complication, right? That's the risk here.
Yeah.
That is the risk.
Yeah, Wes is gonna risk it. So just roll 1 more die essentially with the die roller.
Yeah, just take it down to 1 and roll. Yeah, no whammies.
Okay. No harm done.
And we got
Still.
5 momentum now.
Wow, good job, everyone. Difficulty 4, right?
Yeah. The ship was kind of pulled off course a little bit as Ensign West hit full reverse and had to move into.
It's okay. That was where we're headed, I think.
A little close for comfort there, Captain.
I mean, it could be bad. You guys could end up way over here.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
What you thinking? F-16, Caleb?
Yeah, I'm thinking F-16. However, Martel would like to make a restore shields roll real quick.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. That's your thing.
I don't know. It seems kind of clear going into G-15.
Remind me, restore shields, control engineering.
It is control engineering. Ship assist.
With difficulty of 1, it looks like.
Yeah,
Difficulty
I think
one.
it
For
was
engineering.
I am going to spend one momentum to get a 3rd dice real quick.
You got it.
Sorry, I forgot to change my name, but that is my.
2 momentum gained so far. Just need the ship structure engineering. Rolling like champs today, guys.
Yeah.
It'll end soon. Enjoy it while it lasts, everybody. We got 2 floating.
2 float. I'm assuming you're gonna pop that 2 float towards shields.
Yeah, because to get our shields back up to full.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which way?
All right. Now, Caleb, I get what you're saying, F-16, but it seems to me like the clearer path goes back through G-15 and then to G-17 and then start going back up again.
Well, the thing is, I don't know how forgiving Prax's map is. Like, Like if we land in that square, like does his the difficulty take into effect like that dark blue spot, rather than when we go into F16 where it's lighter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair. Prax is laughing at us.
Probably.
So yeah, okay, F16, that's fine.
All right. Plotting course.
Yes. Same thing again.
So increasing the complication range by what? 1 or
1.
by 1?
Yeah,
Okay,
so
difficulty
complication 2, difficulty 2, rolling 4 dice.
Wow.
Capped
4.
with 1 float.
I don't know what you can do with 1 float. Could I spend that 1 floating plus 1 to create an advantage?
You can reduce the difficulty by with the plot course. You can reduce difficulty by 1 further for every 2 momentum spent.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. I didn't know that was part of plot course.
Just read that as well. It's cool.
All right, so you're reducing the difficulty by 2.
Wow.
West needs to
Yes.
make a daring plus con difficulty of 2, assisted by these ship's engines plus con.
And that 2 is before the modification of the navigator or after?
That is after.
Oh, wow. Okay.
These storms are
Feeling lucky.
treacherous.
Yeah, of course.
Stay close to the candles. The stairway can be treacherous.
There we go. And
Just got it.
ship. Oh, thank you very much for that again. Whew. A little bit of sweat on the brow at that point.
Instant mirror kind of perks up. Captain, I'm receiving a distress signal somewhere inside the ion storm.
Can you triangulate the location?
So if anyone wants to roll for mirror, they can, but this is gonna be a daring plus engineering, assisted by the ship's communications plus engineering, difficulty 4.
Caleb, you haven't rolled much except for the ship. Do you want to take the helm on that?
I believe everyone can access mirror.
Okay, so it's a what engineering roll?
Daring plus engineering, assisted by communications engineering, difficulty 4.
I'll take. Might as well. Well, do I? No, I don't. I will take. Let's do 3 momentum in order to get 4 dice.
She has technical expertise as well, looks like, so should get you reroll if you needed.
Oh, you're doing it?
Nope, I'm not doing anything.
No, as Martel.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. Oh, never mind. It's communication.
Yeah, I rolled that as Martel. Oh wait, no. So the technical expertise didn't come into play. My bad.
That's right. No, my apologies
Yeah.
as well. I misread that.
Yeah, it appears that the signal is coming.
F-22. Okay.
Can you put it on speakers, Lieutenant?
It's pretty garbled, sir. She. This is
Okay.
the SS American. We and static.
Okay.
We've lost our navigation. We found a. Sorry, sir. The ion storm is interfering with the communications.
Understood. Ensign Haran, plot us a course. Aye, Captain. Uh-oh.
2 shields down.
We gain any momentum from Caleb's rolls?
No.
Wow. No, actually, no.
It was a diff 4, so no.
Okay. So we're at 2 momentum. Diff 3. Yeah, I'm going to spend a momentum to buy a 3rd die. I'm going to up the complication range to 3 to lower the difficulty down to 1
All right.
and get all the complications.
Or none.
So that's 2 momentum gained.
Computers con for the ship.
Yeah. You got it, Martel? Yeah.
Whew. 2 more.
4 momentum gained.
Okay, let's spend 2 to lower the difficulty by 1 more point for West.
Okay.
So take 2. I'm thinking F-18 and then into. Well, I guess my. I think it looks like the clear space goes kind of through F-18 into G-19, and then up to F-20, and then over to F-22.
Mm-hmm.
What are you thinking, Martel?
I'm thinking F-18. I'm thinking a straight shot. F-18, F-20, F-22.
All right.
I agree, Captain.
Let's go, Ensign West.
Gonna eat those words.
Steady as she goes.
Aye, Captain.
So yeah, sir. It's daring plus con, difficulty of 2.
Okay.
This is by the ship's engines plus con.
Can I take one of those momentum to spend, please?
Sure.
Yeah.
Just best way to get more is to spend it, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. There
Nicely
you go.
done.
Get the momentum back.
Plus the ship, if you don't mind, Martel.
No whammies, so don't mind that.
Now the ship always has its focus on, so to speak, right?
Yeah, ship
Okay,
always
cool.
counts as rolling with a focus.
Thank you. I appreciate you answering my questions as we play.
Not a problem. Every single one of us here has been exactly where you are and not all that long ago.
No damage.
Before going much further, Martel would like to do another shields.
All right. Diff 1, control plus engineering, by the ship's structure plus engineering.
Also taking 1 momentum.
Okay.
Ooh.
You want to squash it?
No, I'll let it ride.
I just need structure engineering for the ship.
Nice.
Gain a momentum, but you do get 2 shields.
You get 2 shields. Okay.
And as for the complication, Martel, as you are working on up on conducting crews and then handling the shields, your console overloads on you.
To the effect.
Oh yeah. I can find it.
Oh, crap.
Awesome. Commander, you all right?
Oh, ouch. 5 stress damage. I believe that's an injury. You know what? For story's sakes, it's lethal. It's electrical burn.
Oof.
As the electricity surges through the ship as you're attempting to sort of remodulate and get more out of the shields. Lightning strike hits the ship, and power surge hits your console, exploding in front of you.
Haggard will
So-
hit the...
So story-wise, I would like it if Martel could just go, yeah, I'm fine, and game mechanics-wise, spending 2 momentum to avoid the injury.
All right.
Fair enough. You just thought you were going to get to play your medical officer.
Oh, it's okay. I'm having a ton of fun. It's not like I don't have 8 different characters ready to go.
Fair.
No, truly, I'm having a really good time with this.
Yeah, this is a fun one.
All right. What's next?
Ron will plot a course again. She'll spend the last momentum for 3rd die to activate Cautious. I think I'm just going to raise the complication range to 2 so that the roll will be a difficulty of 2.
Okay.
Oof. Let's try and re-roll that whammy. Okay, cool. So looks like we gained 2.
Yes, 2 momentum gained.
I think I'm just going to let it build instead of spending those to lower it further west.
All right.
Won't be a problem.
For
I
West,
got this, Captain.
I need it's a daring plus con difficulty of 2.
Okay.
This is by the ship's engines plus con.
Well, I will borrow momentum because I fully intend to pay it back
Okay.
with interest. Ooh.
Gain the momentum back.
No, girl, what are you doing to me?
What do you wish to do about the complication?
We can spend all of our momentum to quash it.
This one might be a good one to squash.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Aw. Don't get to use the complication? No damage to the ship.
Yay. Okay.
I can tell you've all been traumatized by complications. So properly afraid of them.
Well, we're messing with Prax's head because usually by now he's got threat.
Ah, fair enough.
It's just whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. We don't have any momentum on the third.
I mean, I think Prax is only sitting at either 9 or 10 threat, so.
Yeah.
8. I spent 2 to throw you off course.
Oh, cool.
Called complications. I could.
Yeah. It's nice to see behind the curtain, though, how that works.
Yeah. When I made you have to do that instant daring contract, that was a complication.
Cool.
Keep you from sliding.
It's gonna be difficulty 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll give you a threat for a third die. Haran's feeling her out. She's going to reduce the difficulty by 2 down to 1. So it'll put complication range 3. Difficulty is 1, rolling 3 dice. She did
Ooh.
get a momentum.
1 momentum gained.
Please tell me Haran has technical expertise.
Haran does. Didn't we just give her technical expertise? We did.
Yeah,
I
you
think
did.
we did.
You've
So
rolled
do you want to
before.
re-roll Haran's die, or do you want to re-roll the ship's die?
They're the same.
Yeah, it's the same. 6 one, half dozen other. So I'll just re-roll Haran's.
Oh, double
Perfect.
complications. Okay.
Just 2, not 3. Don't let the numbers.
Double. All right. Here's just how this is gonna go. So yes. This is going to be as you're trying to pass through into a patch that seems to be clearing. Essentially, there's a strong magnetic current in the wake of this ion storm. I need Ensign West to make a daring plus con by the ship's engines plus con difficulty of 5.
Ooh. We have 1 momentum. Jeez.
Okay, Andrew.
Yes.
I'm wondering if you can take advantage of another mechanic that you might not be aware of.
Please.
Does West have values yet?
She sure does. Take a determination.
You can spend a point of determination to instantly gain 2 successes. Basically, it's 1 extra die that is rolled as a 1.
And that counts toward my 5 die limit.
That counts towards your 5 die limit. It also
Still
counts
really
as
good.
your first. It also counts as your first buy. So your net, if you want to roll 3 dice, it'll be 2.
Oh, okay.
Or if you want to roll all 4, it'll be 5.
Okay. I didn't know that about the first buy. That's cool. Well, I
Right.
think that's very appropriate as long as that makes sense to Prax.
You can just
Wait,
what
did-
value, but FYI, the ship does move because there's double complication in play. So.
Okay. Well, she truly believes she's the best, and if anyone can handle this, it's her. So that's reinforcing her value,
All
I
right.
think.
Haggard will assist again with the classic "Turn her into the wave."
And still need 5 though. I mean, I just got 2 automatic, but so I need another 3. You're helping. The ship's helping. I could buy one with 1 point of threat to get the reroll from bold. If you think it's worth it.
You'll actually have to spend 2 because you're actually buying.
Oh,
your
right. Good point.
Yeah. So, but
That's
definitely spend 1 and 1 or whatever, but get your bold.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it then.
And
If
if you
we've
want
got
to
one
buy a
momentum,
bunch
then-
more dice with bold, by all means.
Don't know how scary threat is yet, so it's hard for me to to tell. So I appreciate your advice on that.
Fundamentally, it just
It makes the game more interesting.
yeah.
Oh, I completely agree. Yeah.
Prax is not going to use it to kill us. He will make things a little bit more difficult and interesting, but
Yeah,
We're-
he's not gonna pull a Borg show up. You're all are dead.
yeah,
I already did that once.
this is traditionally a very high threat game, so
Cool. Sure.
'cause everybody's bold.
And we're buying 1 momentum as well, or one plus 1 threat. Will that trigger untapped potential to them? I forgot about that till now.
Oh, that's right. She has it. After the test, actually, she's technically
After the test, okay.
She's
Cool.
supposed to be rolling a challenge dice to see if you
That's
gain
right.
momentum
Or
I keep
threat.
forgetting that she has that.
I just realized it too. So
I hope you're seeing all the momentum, Prax. I just realized I'm throwing him into the part that's in shadow.
It's really hard for me, and I'll screenshot it once you're out of the whole ion storm, because I have like different like my view is much different than what you're seeing.
Yeah.
So
just checking one quick thing. Push the limits. So she also has push the limits, which says when taking a contest that is increased due to the environmental conditions,
it
reduce
does
difficulty
reduce
by
it.
1.
Yep.
Okay,
See, I'm
that's
forgetting
okay.
these talents. So no, it's actually difficulty 4.
You have a lot to juggle, so don't sweat that. I'm happy to help with that. Okay, that's great. That's like an auto success, which is really cool.
Yeah, West has good genes.
Yeah, she does. Oh, is it other characters?
No,
descendant?
you might have to explain that one, Haggard.
I met West's grandmother in a weird timey-wimey episode, and we get along very well.
Oh, I see. This is the whole Julian Bashir. Do I become my own grandfather or not? Scenario. Awesome. Cool. So I'm gonna buy 2 dice. One with our momentum, and then the rest, the other 3 with threat. Is that right? Or am I?
It's total of 5 threat. So when you're spending your determination, the first dice counts as 2,
That's right.
and the last dice counts as 3. Or it counts
Let's just
3
do
more.
1
So
extra
it's
die then, because I forgot about push the limit, which is almost like a virtual
Okay.
die. So you'll get 1 threat. We'll spend our momentum. I'll get bolds, which is good. And I'm rolling 3 dice. I don't have to roll the determination. Right? We just know that's in
Yeah,
Yeah,
place.
that's just a 2. Yeah.
Cool.
Nicely done.
Well, I'd re-roll, but why?
2 momentum,
That's Haggard's assist. Sorry, I didn't
3
switch
momentum
the name.
gained.
Oof.
As the ship makes kind of Yui in the ion storm, trying to get away from the currents.
Just trying to envision an Excelsior doing a U-turn.
Possible. This is technically, if you look at this, is actually quite a big area of space.
Oh, I know. All right, let's try this again. Aiming for F-22. Haran will attempt to plot a course. Just going to reduce it to a difficulty 2 task, so complication range will be 2. I'm going to spend a momentum for a 3rd die. There goes nothing.
Doing great, Haran. You got this.
Oof.
Oof.
I do get to re-roll that one though. There we go. Made it. And
Much
then
better.
just need the ship. Okay, no whammies though.
All right. So difficulty is reduced by 1. West, it's Darren Khan. Difficulty of 0. This is by the ship's engines plus con.
All right. Oof.
3 momentum gained.
Well done.
Sure can click that roll button.
Mr. Chatre, see if you can find the source of the distress call.
Aye, sir.
All right, we move to the next scene. You guys go down one momentum.
But Martel feels much better.
Yes, Mortel feels much better as your stress has returned. Yes, as you sort of a small clearing in the Ion Storm, as you notice what appears to be a rogue planet. It seems that the rogue planet is the source of the distress signal. From what you can tell, it's small, almost dwarf-like planet in size. The world is completely frozen over from these on the view screen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Unfortunately, though, the signal has gone silent.
Ensign around, see if you can establish communications. Mr. Chatre, give me a sensor scan of the planet and the surrounding area. See if we can't pinpoint the source.
That will be a reason plus for the tray. Reason plus science, just by the ship's sensors plus science. Difficulty of 1. Who is rolling for Tray?
That was me.
Okay.
Good roll.
Sensors science for the ship. So 2 momentum gained.
Capped.
Data coming in from the surface, Captain. I have what appears to be a damaged freighter on the planet. Approximately 9 humanoid life signs.
Let me guess. We can't use transporters in this situation, Mr. Chatre?
Not recommended at all, sir. The ionization would scatter our transporter beam.
All right. Ensign West, take us in a geosynchronous orbit above the life sign readings.
Aye, Captain.
Close as you can get us.
And Martello go, you want me to have Shuttle Bay 2 get the pod ready?
By all means, prep shuttle. Have a medical team meet us there.
Medical team would be. Are you saying an actual medical team for an advantage down, or
I'm getting Dr. Romulan into the action.
okay?
I will have Dr. Romulan meet us at the Cronus.
Okay. Let me see. I'm checking some foci. Ensign West, you'll pilot the shuttle. Ensign Haran, keep the Argo steady in geosync orbit. Haran edges West out on control, but one doesn't actually really edge her out. But West has got the daring. Both of them have small craft, so. Mr. Martell, you'll lead the away team.
Understood, sir.
Get down, get them aboard, and get back up here.
We'll try to be as quick as possible, sir.
Mr. Tetre, is the team going to need environmental suits?
It would be highly recommended due to the low temperature of the planet, sir.
You heard him, Commander Martell, and best take extra cold weather gear to let you transfer the survivors or whoever's down there from wherever they've sought shelter to your shuttle.
Aye, sir. Perhaps maybe first things first, I'll see if we can get a hard seal.
Excellent. Good luck. We'll keep the hot coffee on for you.
I'll need one when I get back, sir. West, you're with me? He hits the comm panel. Dr. Romulan, please meet me in Shuttle Bay 2.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, so we have Martell, West, and Dr. Romulan. Anybody else?
You think you need to take some security?
Probably recommended. I'm not sure about the crew complement of a Type 3 shuttle, though. How much they can carry.
We have a larger version, don't we?
I thought Type 3 was our biggest, but okay.
Type 3 is kind of the only one for this era.
Okay, fair enough. Which is just the old school boxy one redesigned, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so. Yeah, we'll take a Shran.
Okay, yeah. Some security. At least one, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking the Type 3s can hold 8 people.
I'm looking it up real quick because I forget. Small craft. Where are you at in the book? That would be actually in the command book. I would say max of 8, counting the crew plus passengers.
You got 9 life signs. Max of 8 in crew plus passengers. Is that okay? So what you're saying is we probably need to take 2 shuttles.
That or ferry.
I think I personally would lean towards taking 2 shuttles.
Yeah, I would
Doing
lean
it
towards
towards
that. And so when that occurs to Martel, he'll probably turn back around. Oh, Hafran, you actually might be needed for a secondary shuttle.
Aye,
Come to
sir.
think of it,
Aye, sir.
those pods can only hold 8, and there's more than that.
And then, in a frightening move, Haggard slides into the helm position.
Awesome.
And Martel's gonna look at the captain. Don't crash the ship while we're gone, sir.
No promises, and if I do, I'm sure you can fix it, Commander.
Oh, boy.
So yeah, Haran piloting one shuttle, West piloting the other.
I would put Shishran with Hafran, just so that way there's 2 in that shuttle, and then the rest of us all in the other, unless you want to split even.
No, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep doing Haran. Then, if you want to stick with West, I think we're going to wind up playing multiples.
Sure.
You for sure.
I am down.
Geosync, man. Geosync.
So,
Right above.
so I've got Martel and Shishran then.
Okay.
Shishran is not part of the crew.
Oh,
Remember, she was taken with
Oh shit,
Wolfgang?
that's right. She's off on. She's with Wolfgang.
Presumed dead.
Then Tazuva.
No, Wolfgang in the message said Shran was all right.
Oh,
with
yeah,
him.
that's right.
Then it's Tazuva.
Tazuva, yeah, sure.
they're cool looking.
What's the other one?
The Amphion.
All right. This is for both West and Haran. They both need to make a daring plus con, difficulty of 2. Assisted by the shuttlecraft's engine plus con.
Sorry. Shuttlecraft assist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ron will be on the Amphion. Amphion, rather.
I'll take the Cronus then.
Okay, so Haran will. Difficulty 2. She'll spend a momentum for a 3rd die. To knock it to start in cautious. She's got small craft. What are the shuttles assisting with?
Engines con.
That is a 7.
Yeah, I just saw that. So not super reliable.
Hey, at least there's actually a point there, though.
That's true.
Shuttlecraft are really good for one thing: rolling complications.
That's very fitting, though.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and try and re-roll that 0. Oh, well, no joy there. And the Amphion. No whammies, but made the roll.
Yeah.
So both shuttles are 0.
Um,
Hold on. And then
I'm just gonna roll. I feel confident.
for Wes, difficulty.
Oh yeah, that's my girl.
Get a momentum. So
Happy.
as the two shuttlecraft fly down towards the rogue planet's surface, towards the West tries to get her on in a little bit of a racing match through the ion storm.
Huron's having none of it because she knows that there are no old, bold pilots.
There are also no famous cautious ones.
So yes, both shuttlecraft make it through the atmosphere, and it's a little bit smoother. The ionization on the actual planet is pretty heavy. There's actually lightning strikes due to the ion storm.
Yeah.
Okay, which pilot is on the Coronas? West?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so Martel's gonna look at West and go, first things first, see if you can get a hard seal on that freighter. If not, looks like we're in for a long walk.
Hard seal it is then.
Give
That is
me
what-
control con difficulty of 2 on one of the the hard seal on one of the airlock hatches. But as you do fly in closer and try to get to the actual, you can see the damage on the hull. Like the freighter took a pretty nasty hit. Oh dear God, the shuttle
Wow.
actually assisted. 1 momentum gained.
Float.
But the Cronus manages to hard seal with the freighter.
Okay, so once we have hard seal, Martel's gonna ask West, is there any other viable airlock on this freighter that the Amphion can hook up?
Oh, could we spend that momentum to create that advantage? Is that a thing?
Or that'll answer the question.
Ah, fair enough. I'm happy with that if you are.
Not in the freighter's current position.
Only one door, sorry, Commander.
That's fine. Cronus to Amphion?
Huron here, sir.
Looks like there's only one viable door that we're going to be able to go through. Suggest you wait until we offload our passengers, and then you, hard seal, we'll wait for you before we go topside.
Understood. Does Huron think it'll be safer to like land the shuttle and then take off again when she's ready to lock up rather than staying in the air?
Give me insight con difficulty 2.
I'll give you a momentum because I really want to know the answer to this.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I want to be able to re-roll that complication. Yeah.
And get the momentum back. Yeah, there is some safe spots that think that you can land the shuttle, but it'll be really close to the freighter.
But it's going to be safer to be on the ground than in the air. And
Yeah.
okay, so yeah, I will pick a likely looking spot and land.
Give me daring plus con difficulty 1.
What was the difficulty again?
Difficulty is 1, daring con. The shuttle will assist with structure con.
Okay. Spending a momentum for a third die.
Get it back. plus a float.
No whammies from the shuttle anyway. I'd actually like to spend the float and the and one to create the advantage that where she found to land is in a kind of lee created by the ship in a natural ice formation that gives the Amphion a little bit of protection from the wind and lightning.
Okay. Amphion's batting down the hatches, riding out the storm until they're called for.
And Martel on the Cronus is gonna go, all right, guys, let's pop the cork.
Pop the cork, Commander?
Open her up.
Ah. Had to play the straight man.
I'll take Ever West if you want.
Yeah, please.
It's a family affair.
All the character swapping is really interesting. I like this.
Well, I'm a big fan of the way the game lets every player be playing one
Yeah.
way or another.
This is gonna be a structure plus control plus engineering system. Or there's no assist. Difficulty 2 to open the airlock.
Doesn't happen to be EPS power system, does it?
No.
Ah, crud. Computer?
Add increased complication.
Yeah, okay. Take the momentum.
Well, you get 2. Alright, the hatch opens up to the freighter. It's a little bit chilly compared to the shuttles as you're blasted with a wave of cold air.
And we lost communication with them before they indicated what the problem was. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very well.
West will grab a beacon and draw her phaser just in case and head in first.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you're the commanding officer and he's a doctor.
Yeah, well, Martel's gonna drop down right behind you and face the opposite direction with his phaser drawn as well.
A logical, if escalated, reaction.
As you drop down into the freighter, it's definitely chilly. You're wearing EVA suits, right? Or you're not? You're just wearing cold-blooded gear.
Right now, because we didn't see the need for, since we had hard seal, I figure we might have been wearing the EVA stuff without the helmets.
Mm-hmm.
And like once we figured out we could get a hard seal, we quickly got out of the EV into cold gear.
Yeah, the field jackets from Rathacon.
Yeah, that stuff.
It's definitely cold. You can see the vapor, cold vapor coming out from your mouth.
How dense is it?
I mean, it's
Like the vapor.
not very. It's just it's like a very cold day on Andoria.
Well, I'm not Andorian, so okay.
Bitter cold. So what that mean? Essentially, Alaska during winter.
28
Okay.
below. It's summer on Andoria.
Doctor, you got a reading on those life signs?
Checking for you now, Commander. Scanner. Start accessing it.
It'd be like tricorder. So reason
Yep.
plus science. Difficulty 2.
We got tons of momentum, right? 6. Yeah, I'll spend one of those if it's okay. And xenobiology apply, perhaps? Or sensor systems?
Xenobiology.
Okay, thank you. Yep. Sorry, I assumed it was difficulty 2. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Difficulty 2. Yeah. You get the momentum back.
Well, I might use that for a question because this seems like an appropriate time. But you go ahead and let me know what I find first. Commander, I'm detecting 9 life signs as before, but at the front of the vessel. The 4, if you like.
Bridge.
It
All
seems
right,
likely.
Let's make our way that way. Ensign West, you're the pilot. If you don't mind, I'll take point. We need you to fly us out of here.
Aye, sir. She doesn't look real happy about it. But you're the superior officer. GM, is the ship apparently powered where we are?
There is power. It's minimal though, like maybe emergency. Or they could have purposely cut power to save on energy.
They may have moved into a single compartment.
Makes sense. Probably trying to conserve energy. Probably only real spot with life support on this vessel right now.
Yeah, West will follow along, keeping an eye on our 6 from time to time.
I'll be in the middle.
All right, the 3 of you make it your way to the bridge of the vessel. The door is currently sealed.
Is there like a panel beside the door?
Yeah, there's a panel.
Like a comm panel or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so Martel's gonna like activate the comm panel and go, "This is Lieutenant Commander Jason Martel of the Federation starship Argo. We received your distress call. We're here to help."
And you wait a moment, and then a moment, and then the doors slide open. And standing before you looks to be, or standing, well, some of them not standing, one standing, and the others are sort of sitting down or like they're huddled together to stay warm. Oh, thank God. I'm Captain Kara Doyle. I was worried that no one would have heard us through this storm.
Oh, Well, it came through barely broken. We lost it just after. I'm guessing communications cut out?
We had to cut power just to keep life support running.
Understandable. Look, we've got 2 shuttles here. One of them's hard docked about how far away were we, GM? Or how
Probably
far
like
away are we from the shuttle?
40 meters.
Okay. We've got 2 shuttles here. One of them's hard docked about 40 meters down the corridor to the airlock down there. The second one's waiting to dock up. First one can only take 5. The other one can take the remainder. But we can get both of you out of here and all of you out of here in one trip.
She kind of stands there from like, I have to get my cargo out of here, Lieutenant Commander. The ship's carrying vital medicine supplies to a colony that's suffering from phage. Phage.
Wait. Out of character. You're talking about the phage that is in
No.
Voyager?
No, not that.
Okay. Well, Captain, right now my first priority is the lives of you and your crew. If the medical supplies are fine getting cold, we can always return for them once the storm passes.
I don't
Unless,
think.
of course, you have a deadline.
Yes, sir. There is a deadline. This colony needs it. The lives being lost are a lot more than the lives of my crew.
All right. Give me a second. I need to contact the ship. If you wouldn't mind at least trying to figure out how long we can afford, that'd be great. But I'll be right back with you, Captain, if you'll spare me for a moment.
West asks, how much cargo are we talking about, Captain?
This ship is filled to the brim. Full of medicine and food supplies.
What's just the medicine?
Best guesstimate, it's taking currently up about 1/4 of my cargo.
Okay, this is not Haran. Can West do would be Insight Con dealing with knowing ships and kind of figuring out how much that is in terms of
If you give me a momentum, I'll just answer that for you real quick.
Sure.
Go for it. It would definitely be more than what 2 shuttles can carry up. That's for sure. Right. It's probably you're looking at. Draw it on the map.
Probably looking at 1 full cargo hold on board the Argo.
Right.
Not that much. So yeah, I mean, it's probably gonna take up a full cargo hold on the Argo to carry all of it.
All right.
I'll tell Martel that.
All right. Give me just a minute, Captain. I'll be right back with you. And Martello, step away. open his communicator and go, Martel to the Amphion.
Haran here.
I need you to see if you can relay my signal up to the Argo. I don't want any of the ionization in the atmosphere to interfere with the communication signal.
Understood. Wait one, Commander. I'm going to try and see if I can establish a signal from here. If not, I'll take off and get higher. Haran to Argo. Come in, Argo.
You get static.
All right, Commander, keep your channel open. I'm going to have to launch and get higher.
So this is gonna be technically we'll make you roll a con check, but it's gonna be control plus engineering. This is by the shuttle's communications plus engineering if it has engineering. Remember.
What's my difficulty?
Difficulty is gonna be 3, but the ship can assist with Mira trying to tweak it with control engineering.
Okay, so is Haran making this engineering roll, or is this be Martel?
Haran would be making the engineering roll.
Okay.
Since she's trying to establish communications.
Difficulty 3, but you said
But Argo's assisting?
Mira is assisting.
Okay.
okay. Not using a con, but I'm going to buy a third die. What does technical expertise do for her? Let's re-roll one.
Computers or sensors.
Okay. So, okay.
And Mira would be rolling control engineering as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, there's Haran. And
Come on, complication.
shuttle assisting with you got it.
Communications and engineering. Shuttle still needs to roll because I want to see the complication. Oh.
Wow, good rolls.
2 momentum gained. And you now have a direct communication line between the shuttle and the Argo.
Routing you through now, Commander.
Martel to the Argo.
Haggard here. Report.
Captain, I've made contact with the survivors, but apparently they're carrying medical supplies and food supplies for a colony in dire straits in need of it. According to what Ensign West tells me, just taking the medical supplies would take up one of our cargo bays. However, the shuttles can't move it all at once. We would have to ferry it. And it appears like the crew is, or the captain of the freighter is more concerned about the medical supplies right now.
Is Dr. Romulan there with you?
I can have him here in a moment, sir. I stepped away for a second. And Martel will turn around. Hey, Doc.
While Martel's doing that, I'll turn to Chitre. Mr. Chitre, is there any way we could use transporters on the cargo transporters on the medical supplies?
It is possible, Captain, but it would be extremely difficult to transport them through this ionization. Some of the medical supplies could be damaged during transport.
Understood. Dr. Romulan?
Yes, Captain.
These medical supplies, is this something that the Argo could synthesize out of our own stores?
I had the same thought, Captain. I'm scanning them now. Can we do it? Oh, sorry.
I'll give this to you real quick
Oh, okay.
as you're
Thank
looking through it.
I'm afraid not, Captain. Our synthesizers on board would not be able to replicate this quantity or strain.
Understood. Mr. Chitre, what if we took the ship into the atmosphere? Would that give us? Would that allow the transport signal to operate more cleanly?
Possibly, Captain, but we would have to lower our shields. And even on the planet's surface, the ionization is affecting the rogue planet as well. The ship would be vulnerable to lightning strikes and barrages.
How long would we need to have the shields down?
Only for a matter of approximately 25 seconds. However, that amount of time is an eternity in the realm of quantum mechanics.
Well, as I understand it, it either is or isn't a Chitre. In any event, it represents our best opportunity to get those supplies up. Mr. Martell,
Yes, sir.
we're going to try and beam out the medical supplies. Anything you could do that would make make it easier for the transporters to lock on to them would assist.
Understood. West.
Sir?
Beacon.
Beacon, sir?
Hand me the beacon.
Oh, the flashlight. She does.
Oh, I thought you actually meant transporter beacon. My bad. I thought you meant you grabbed a transporter beacon.
Yeah, I grabbed a flashlight. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Strike that. Give me a minute, sir. Martello walked back over towards the captain of the freighter, leaving the channel open so Captain Haggard can hear this as well. Captain, you don't happen to have any pattern enhancers on board, do you?
No.
Do they have a transporter?
We do, Captain. We could try leaking that up, but we'll have to bring main power back online. We're running on emergency power now as it is.
I was thinking more along the lines of Mr. Martell, perhaps assisted by your engineer, could cannibalize parts from your transporter to assemble at least some sort of rudimentary transporter beacons for the medical supplies. In the meantime, Captain, I want you to begin loading your injured, most fatigued personnel into the shuttle. Doctor, sorry, I don't know your name yet.
It's okay, Romulan.
Dr. Romulan can provide whatever immediate medical assistance. We'll do our best to get the medical supplies off, but we need to get your people off as well.
Very well. I was hoping to maybe salvage this ship.
That'll have to wait for another day.
I can see what I can do troubleshooting wise while I'm down here, sir, but with the way this thing hit, just looking at it, it doesn't look good.
Understood. Do what you can.
Thank you, sir. Martell out.
So, you want to capitalize their one transporter to essentially create a relay signal to the Argo to lower the difficulty.
Yes.
Let's make this daring plus engineering difficulty of 2.
Would my improvisation focus happen to come into apply?
increased complication.
Oh, this is pretty much definitely improvisation.
You said difficulty 2, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna use my value. Nothing beats Federation technology,
Okay.
and spin my determination for an automatic
Wait.
success.
Trying to think of this for Federation technology.
Huh?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. And I'll use that for an automatic success and just roll 2.
Okay. You have 6 momentum.
Oof.
To float.
Can I spin those 2 float to say that I somehow managed to get extra strength out of the beacon? Reducing the difficulty even further by 1.
No, I would say you have enough to reduce the difficulty by 1 for the second task because there's going to be 2 transporter rolls.
Okay.
Eventually, you have to transport 1 half, and then you got to transport the other half.
Okay. Yeah, got it.
How does the crew look in terms of their physical health?
Getting to that right now.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah. So you read my mind. It's fine. Most of them seem like visually they look tired. They look fatigued.
Mhm.
I mean, all 9 of them. They've been down here for a while and they're kind of rattled because it's been nothing but lightning strikes, and they're hearing like every time the ship gets struck by lightning, they just hear the wire like fuse together and just goes across the hull. Like they're in a metal tin can. I mean, it's not
Mhm.
pleasant. But you can give me a reason plus medicine. Difficulty of 1.
Okay.
To kind of get scan them over and see what they're all kind of health wise at.
That's 2.
1 float.
Yes. Okay.
I hope I spelled that right.
That's okay. It's good enough. Oh, well, the commander's obviously busy jury-rigging the transporters, so I'll take the initiative and start shuttling them, or moving half of them, the ones who seem probably the smallest in terms of physique, so most susceptible to hypothermia, onto the shuttle.
West will assist the doctor.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Yes.
Ensign West got promoted.
Excellent.
She will after this episode.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Ensign. Sorry. My apologies. I thought you was Lieutenant. Thank you, Ensign.
So yes, you help them like guide them to the Kronos, at least the 5. The other 4 who are better off health will just have to wait for the other shuttle to take them. The captain, she's kind of in the stages that you could tell that she's pretty adamant about staying behind and waiting till those medical supplies are safely aboard the Argo.
Is Martell about done with his jury rigging about now?
Yeah.
So he's gonna come out. Dr. Romulan,
Yes, Commander.
how do they look?
physically they're fine, although at risk of hypothermia if they're exposed in any more extended time to this climate.
All right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. Doctor, would you mind going on ahead and loading one more in there with this group, and then Ensign West, if you wouldn't mind switching the shuttles out with Huron, that we can go on ahead and have that shuttle ready to go. Just literally just swap places. We'll go up together.
Aye, sir.
Yeah, if we just let West go with them, I guess I should go with them. We could fit 7 or 6 of them. That's good.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking,
Yep,
Doctor.
yep,
That
right,
way,
right.
these 6 are the most susceptible. If I believe my volcanism is correct, it would be the most logical choice.
Well said, Commander.
Then you can treat them. They can get warm, and we can get everybody else loaded up into the other shuttle fairly quickly.
Well, I will usher Ensign West to do so.
All right.
And Martel's going to open back up his communicator. Martel to the Argo.
Haggard here.
I've got a rudimentary transporter beacon in place. It should help with the sensor lock on. You can start beam out anytime.
Understood. Lieutenant Anders.
I believe the Argo was going to move into the atmosphere first, though, correct?
Yeah,
That's right,
I have
yeah.
Anders standing by, though. I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm activating him.
Okay.
We're at 4 of 5. Check to see if Anders gets anything. I think he's just about maxed out.
He's been used a lot. He should be close.
He's maxed in attributes, disciplines, and talents, so he can still get a value focus.
No, he's maxed on focuses.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I gave him a focus last time. So value looks like the only thing he can get. Which I think I'm going to hold off on. But he's standing by. So yes, how deep do we need to get, Mr. Chitre?
$50,000. Actually, I'm trying to remember what the kilometers would be on this.
Fair enough. All right. I'm assuming Daring Con is what it's going to be.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm going to spend my determination on Fortune Favors the Bold.
Okay.
Oh,
FYI,
yeah, tell me what the difficulty is first.
yeah. Difficulty is gonna be Daring Con, assisted by the ship's engines plus con. Difficulty is going to be 3.
Not terrible bad. It's the lightning that's going to fuck us up.
And I'm gonna spend a threat to increase the complication range by 1.
Okay. 2. All right. Yeah, I will spend my determination. I'm going to go ahead and roll my veteran. No luck there, so. And then I'm going to give you.
You have 6 momentum.
Do have 6 momentum.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm going to give you. It doesn't really matter because I don't have bold for any of this. So 2. This is the 4th die. So yeah, I'm just going to give you 2 momentum for the 4th die. Got 2 successes on the table. Daring con, no focus apply. Right. Here we go. Ho ho ho! Dang.
Oh boy. So,
Don't think I have anything I can do about that. Because I spent my normal milestone. Could I spend my commendation for another determination?
no.
Okay.
I can give you a determination at the
Oh wait, what am I thinking? There's actually 4 successes to occasion.
there's 4, but there's 2. You made it. But there's 2 complications.
Guys, I'm thinking I'm going to squash it, but I'll spend all of our momentum.
Hmm.
You'll have 1 momentum left.
1 momentum left.
Squash them.
Okay.
Squash them.
Yeah. Do it.
Okay. So I'll just, that 1 I earned, I'll throw in to leave us at 1.
Okay. The Argo lives to fight another day. Oh, as the captain takes the helm, as everyone on the bridge is like nervously looking at the view screen as the captain takes the Argo into a steep dive.
I have a 13 when it comes to control con. I'm not bad.
No, you're
Actually
not.
pretty good.
It's just, you make the crew nervous.
Yeah, well. They need to know that their captain can do all sorts of things.
And you, as you get close to that and you start level, it's like, Trey goes, Captain, we're good here.
If you'll give the signal to Mr. Anders to start beaming, please, Mr. Chitre. Whoever's at security, lower the shield on Mr. Anders' mark.
All right. So for this, the ship is going to take damage. I'll be rolling 6 challenge dice. Every time during the transporter roll or afterwards. This will reflect potential damage to the hull of the ship. Potentially, injuries could ensue with the shields being down. All right. Base would be 3, Ion Storm 2. Beacons. So yeah, be 2 transporter rolls. Advantages of play. It would be a difficulty of 3. Control engineering, by the ship's sensors plus engineering. So actually, difficulty 2. Guiding the ship. It's advanced
Difficulty
sensors.
2, you
Yep.
said?
You'll
Control engineering.
need to make 2 of them. Oh, complication man is actually 3.
Oof. That's rough.
Yeah.
It's Ion Storm, man.
Yeah,
can,
for sure.
You
Yeah,
could be
I'm sure.
beaming them, half materialized or into a whole other universe.
All right, we could be beaming up mirror medical. We don't know. Okay, so
Actually,
I'm
poison.
Yeah, right. I still love my favorite mirror, Mr. Rogers. Children are weak. So he's got cautious. He's going to spend momentum for a 3rd die for this first roll. Difficulty's at 2, correct?
Yes, complication range is 3, and then it's
Got
the
that.
same for the ship. For the complication
So
range.
got transporters as a focus. He does have technical expertise, which I think is the only talent that's going to apply. So here goes nothing. Control engineering. That's Anders.
Wow.
2 momentum gain. There is a complication.
Let's just squash that.
Does Anders have technical expertise?
Oh yeah, he does. Reroll that shit. There we go. 3 momentum gain.
3 momentum gained. Yeah. So the hull of the vessel takes the brunt of the lightning strikes, and you can hear the lightning going through the actual, plating. It scatters across the hull.
So you get soaked by the resistance, basically.
It does, yeah. It's a good thing it's not vicious.
Don't give yourself ideas.
I had that thought a lot. I was like, that'd be too harsh on them. Just do it, but that's too harsh.
Okay, same conditions for the second
Same
transporter roll?
conditions, yes.
Okay. Let me switch over to Anders. Okay. I think he's going to do the same thing. Go ahead and roll the ship for. Ooh, things are looking ugly. Okay, so I will use cautious to reroll mine, and then use technical expertise to reroll the ship. Nice. Gain 1.
Two.
2. Sorry. Medical supplies are aboard.
Ouch. All right. It's above 5. So that's 6. I'm going to roll challenge dice because someone's getting injured on the ship. Actually, no.
there's only one player character on the ship, so I guess the captain gets it.
Let's see. There's other people on the ship too. Mira. That's 1. Anders. Trey. Should I include Paz?
Oh, don't forget Ansas and Avlov.
He hasn't been used. They haven't been used.
Oh, fair enough.
So it's only who's in the scene. I'll roll 1 through 4. 1d4. And let's see who gets injured. You jinxed yourself, Captain.
Yeah, I figured. So the
2 stress.
2 stress. Okay.
As you feel the singe in your in the console as you burn the tips of your fingers.
Just take my hand off for a second, wave it, and then go right back to it. As soon as I hear Anders say that the cargo's aboard, shields up, and I'll take us up out of the atmosphere.
All right. That is going to be a daring plus con difficulty of 2, assisted by the ship's engine's con, but I'm going to up the complication range. 3.
Ooh. Okay.
And for the sake of the transporter roll.
Oh, thanks.
Love it.
1, 2, buy 2 dice. Total 4. Again, no focuses seem to work. Unless inspirational work.
No.
No. I've already burnt my determination, so here goes. Daring calm.
Ship
Made it.
engine's con. Comp 3. Made it. There's a complication, so let's see what the ship rolls.
Nice.
Gain a momentum.
Okay. I'm gonna spend 2 to squash the complication.
All right. So you're at 0 momentum. Oh, sorry, 1 momentum.
Yeah.
You had 2. The Argo pulls back out of the atmosphere with its cargo hold full of medical supplies from the freighter, Emberton.
Captain got to fly the ship. It's a good day.
Let's wait till Prax flies the Sovereign.
That's the equivalent in the 24th century. All right.
All right. So for the first group that's in the shuttle, it's gonna be Daring Con difficulty 2.
What do you guys want to roll for Wes, since I've been rolling a lot on board the Argo?
Yeah, you go ahead there, Caleb.
Okay.
Is there like a co-pilot seat I can assist with?
The only thing you could assist with in the co-pilot seat, like you can't help, you can plot a course.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. No worries.
Or chart hazards, which is reason con.
Go on ahead and take a threat.
Gain a
Nice.
momentum. Engines con for the shuttle. All right, you got 2 momentum, and the first shuttlecraft heads back up to the atmosphere and rendezvous with the Argo. All right, Haran needs to make a pilot check to dock the Amphion. This is going to be a control plus con difficulty of 2. This is by the.
I'll give you a.
Do structure con list, or is it engines con? And we'll just make it structure con. Assist.
Give you momentum for a third die and to activate cautious. Any advanced complications?
No.
Okay.
Most of the complications was with the transporter. Wow.
Damn.
3 momentum gained. Shuttle, man.
This show's kicking ass tonight.
Yeah.
And the last shuttle docks.
Haran and Tsuzupa will disembark to help load the transport's crew.
Thanks a lot for sticking around, Haran.
Happy to be of service, sir.
All right, Captain, if you wouldn't mind, I think our ride is here. Actually,
Very well.
and before we embark, Captain, Martel's going to slide over to one of the consoles. I'll do as I promised, and he's going to run a complete systems, or not a complete, a quick systems diagnostic and see what throws faults at him.
Reason plus engineering difficulty of 2.
I'm guessing my computer's focus comes into play here.
Yes.
I will also give you a momentum for a third die.
Your cats.
Give me just one moment, Captain. Finishing up the diagnostic. So, Captain, according to what your computer system is telling me, your navigation array has been damaged by the storm. There's several EPS power relays that have been blown out all across the ship. They'll all need to be replaced. And the hull on deck 2 is buckling. It looks like if you get a salvage ship out here, maybe a couple weeks at a space dock and you should be able to fly again.
Very well. Thank you.
No problem. Now, if you would please, Captain, I believe the shuttle waits.
She nods and follows you back to the shuttlecraft. But as you're going, she like stops for a moment and she walks into sort of a room and grabs an item. Seemed to be sort of like a personal effect of some sort.
Martel will notice but not say anything.
If you're wondering, it's a necklace of some sort.
Okay.
No dagger or knife or box, as I don't know all of you are paired at the moment.
Once we get on board the shuttle, whoa, wrong character. Martel will go, Haran, get us in the air.
Aye, sir. Aye, sir. Ron will take us off and head back to the ship.
Daring con, difficulty 2, assisted by the shuttle's engines plus con.
All right, I'll give you momentum for third die and for cautious. Wow.
Whew.
Cat, 1 float.
With a float.
2 float.
I don't know. We could create an advantage here. Maybe spin the 2 float. I don't know, to make there be a lull where we get out of the atmosphere danger.
I really don't see an advantage you can create here with the 2
Yeah,
floating.
I was just trying to figure out how to spin them rather than lose them, but what can you do?
It happens.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Both shuttles make it back to the Argo.
And Martel will look to the captain of the freighter and go, Captain, I would suggest that you and your people head towards sickbay. I can escort you if you would like. I would like to make sure you all are medically fit before we go too much further, as you all have just been through a traumatic ordeal.
Of course. I appreciate this generosity.
It's our job, ma'am.
And Haran will head back to her position on the bridge.
Romulan will escort everyone to the sick bay.
All right. Assuming you have like medical teams
Yeah.
meet you in the shuttle bay, they help you get the 9 injured crew members from the Emerton over into sick bay, and pretty much they're suffering from some early signs of hypothermia. So you can give me a control medicine check, difficulty 2, if you would like.
Certainly. This is to treat their injuries or
It's essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
It's for everybody. It's to help get them the proper care they need to help warm their bodies up so they don't go into shock.
Would focus of xenobiology or medicine apply?
What was the second one?
I have medicine and xenobiology. I'm okay with a no. I just want to figure it out.
I'll take the medicine one.
Sure. And I'll buy
Normally-
momentum as well. Just cause. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Usually it's a little vague for me, so usually like focuses need to be a little bit more.
Okay, I can easily laser focus that one later.
Yeah, emergency medicine is always good.
That's a good idea. Perfect.
So yeah, you give them the proper care and treatment. They got. I'm trying to think of those sort of those emergency blankets.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, the thermal blankets over top of them to help warm up their body temperature.
Crank the heat in sick bay.
All right. So what are you guys going to do now?
Well, Ensigns, now that you've had a little break, time for us to get back on our original course.
All right. For this, you go to the next scene. You go down 1 momentum. And I'm spending 2 threat. Captain, it seems the ion storm has increased in intensity. I recommend we move out of the area as soon as possible.
Understood, Mr. Chitre. Ensign Huron, Ensign West. Get us out of here. Huron will do her pathfinding thing.
Which square?
I'm thinking F24, then up to E25. God, I'm in an eye doctor test.
You're
well,
welcome.
I almost made not to put those numbers in there. I was like, they might need that.
Yeah, so I'm thinking F24 to E25. So F24 is our first move.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Huron will spend a momentum for a third die. Standard difficulty 3 to...
It is, yeah, difficulty 3.
So I'll bump up the...
Computers-
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just going back to the page. Reason cons is by the ship's computers plus con. Difficulty 3 is the base.
So I'll up the complication range to 2 to down that to
Difficulty 2.
difficulty to 2. Yeah. So gave you a momentum for a third die. And then the
Computers
ship-
con. Ooh, that was so close to a complication.
I'm honestly not all that interested in making any rerolls unless you guys just
No,
wanna
it's
go for it.
fine.
Okay.
So you reduce the difficulty by 1.
Wait, that's not the right score for the Argo. for Computers Con.
Yeah, that's probably the shuttlecraft. The base roll is 15. I don't think the Argo has the 15.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Yeah.
All right. For F-24, this is going to be a daring plus con difficulty of 3, assisted by the ship's engines plus con.
Do you want me to do that then? Sorry.
Yeah, you've got West.
Okay. Daring con.
Difficulty 3.
Ooh, that's no joke. I will buy. I'll buy a die with threat. Get that bold flowing.
All right.
Get bold out. Ooh, there we go.
There you go.
Ooh, let's reroll that. You mind?
Wrong
so
stat.
I'm going to
It's
spend 2 to
Oh.
squat. Oh. Wait, what just happened?
It was the wrong stat rolled for the ship.
but
Oh,
it's
okay.
still a complication.
I'm going to spend.
Excuse me.
What? I got gained 2, right?
It's
Or
difficulty 3, so you gained 1.
1. Okay, so spend that 1 that we just gained plus this one to squash the complication.
All right.
And then E25, guys.
Yep, I like that.
Okay.
Whoa. That's not bad at all.
No damage to the ship.
Okay. I think Haran's going to do the same thing. Reduce the difficulty to 2 by upping the complication range to 2. Bought a die with momentum. Nicely done. Gain
Wow.
2.
Gain 2 momentum.
All right.
Going to lower the difficulty anymore.
I hate to leave West with that little momentum, but yeah, I think I'm going to spend 2 to lower her difficulty by further 1. Gain us some momentum.
All right. This is going to be a daring plus con difficulty of 4, assisted by the ship's engines plus con.
Oh, I forgot you guys pushed the limit. Will that drop it to 3?
I will drop it to 3.
Nice. All good. She prefers to buy dice with threat anyway. I will do that again.
Meet a threat. Is that right?
Yes, I'm giving you a threat, which is good because that was a garbage roll. Reroll 1. Oh, thank you
Needed
for that.
2.
Oof. All right, let's reroll one of those.
There you go.
All right. The ship does move in place. However, unfortunately, as the storm picks up heavily, the location you're at, and your ship is bombarded by multiple lightning strikes.
Oof.
Hold on, everyone.
You know what? I'm spending a threat to re-roll a lot of that. That doesn't seem right.
It's perfectly fine. It's legitimate.
Yeah, we're okay with that.
There we go.
Not so okay with that.
Well, that is 5 to the shields. That is also a breach.
Oof.
New structure. No effects.
Yay. Okay, we're just going to go straight on into D26, guys, or
Yep.
should we do...
Either way, we're 2 moves from getting out right now.
Looks that way. Yeah.
Okay, let's go into D26. Haran's going to play it the same way. Spend the last momentum for third die, lower difficulty to 2 by raising the complication range to 2.
All right.
Sucks, but she gets to reroll. Haha.
Get the momentum
Nice.
back.
No, well, it's reroll. If we can reroll that 0 if you want for technical expertise. But there's always the risk of the complication.
Ooh, tough call.
I think we're fine right now.
Okay.
All right. Daring plus con, assisted by the ship's engines plus con, difficulty of 3.
I missed the difficulty. Was it 3 again?
Difficulty is 3. Yes.
Okay. We're almost there. I'll give you another point of threat, because that's how West rolls. Thank you.
Hey, 2 momentum gained.
Wow. Good job.
Ooh. 2 shield damage. But yes, 2 momentum gained.
Very good. Straight on, gentlemen.
Almost through.
We hope.
Yeah, there could be another storm on the other side of this.
Exact same thing again from Haran. Comp 2, difficulty 2, with 3 dice, 1 bought with momentum. I'm gonna reroll 1.
Computer's con for the ship. 1 momentum gained. Captain's throwing the momentum in the neutral zone. How dare you?
Let the Romulans have it.
All right. This is going to be a daring plus con, difficulty of 3, assisted by the ship's engines plus con.
All right. Let's. We have lots of momentum, but let's keep it that way. So I think I would like to give you 1 more threat and spend. That's probably enough, actually.
I'm going to spend 4 threat, and I'm upping the complication range to 3. It's both for
Okay.
the ship and the task roll.
All right. Let's spend 2 momentum then to get our dice up a little bit. Help our odds.
The difficulty is still 3. It says complication range is 3.
But
Yeah,
you
you may
increase the
want to-
complication range.
Yes.
Yeah, you may want to save the momentum to squash.
Yeah,
the
let's save it then.
complication.
Yeah, I misheard. And I forget that you can do that, so that's cool. Okay, I'll just do that. Oh my goodness.
Your
You can roll the
captain.
ship forever.
And the ship safely makes it out of the ion storm.
I was about to say, hard to starboard. The neutral side.
Let's push our luck. No, don't do that.
Whew. Hey, we made it through the ion storm without crossing the neutral zone or the Klingon border.
Well done, everyone. Well done indeed.
Likewise. That was touch and go for a while there.
Ensign Ron, Ensign West, resume original course, maximum safe warp speed. Mr. Chitray, keep an eye on the weather ahead.
Captain, you might want to check with the captain of the freighter as to what their original destination was. The captain told it to me. I don't remember what it was right now. But you might want to check with them. We might want to drop off these medical supplies if we're going by it.
Agreed. I'll be in sickbay. You have the bridge, Mr. Martell.
Understood, sir.
All right.
Martell, well done on the planet's surface.
Thank you, sir.
Haggard will head for sickbay.
Scene change, so you go down one momentum.
Oh, cool.
Put Avalop in her office until she needs to run out and fight somebody again.
Oh, where's my NPCs? Or the name.
Do what?
Nothing.
Oh, nice.
Just throwing a generic token in there. From the days of the Azure.
Wolfgang is not here for you to torment. Feels so small in sickbay.
There's small fish in a big pond here.
Hey, you enter sickbay, and captain's over there getting warmed up while some of her crew are already kind of in better condition or been kind of shuffled off to other.
Captain Doyle?
Yes, I don't think we've had the pleasure.
I offer her my hand. Ulysses Haggard, captain of the Argo. Welcome aboard. I'm sorry it's in such circumstances. How's your crew?
Rattled, but we'll get through this. Just hope I get my ship back.
Where were you bound with medical supplies?
I gotta look at the map real quick because I forgot to write it down. Denasia. The small colony on the planet's surface where they used to do archaeological digs.
Just put that in the chat somewhere, if you don't mind. Do I know anything about where Denasia lies as course to Trilia? I do now.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay. Well, you're in luck, Captain. We're en route to Torellia at the best speed we can manage. It shouldn't be a problem to reach Denasia and drop off the medical supplies first, and our food synthesizers can at least begin to replace the food you've lost. As for your ship, when we finished our business in this part of Federation space, I'll be happy to carry you and your crew and your engineers back to through the corridor to the planet and see if between them our engineering crews can't get you flying again. Then we can give you an escort to Starbase 234 for any further refits you might require.
I would appreciate that, Captain.
Well, believe me, I know what it is to think you're going to lose a ship. Wouldn't wish that on any captain. Once you're feeling better and Dr. Romulan has released you, I'd like to invite you to join me in the captain's mess for dinner tonight, you and your officers.
That is
I think
most
you'd all-
gracious of you, Captain.
Of course. If there's anything else I can do for you, just let me know.
No, you've done more than enough.
It's just our jobs. Keep warm, Captain. And I'll go and see how Jensen is doing.
Captain, her condition hasn't changed a whole lot, though her mental patterns are still degrading.
But Dr. Ansas managed to slow the process at least.
For the time being, though the prognosis isn't good.
I kind of squeezed Jensen's hand. Well, let me know the moment anything changes.
Will do, Captain.
And I'll head out. And since we've been through rough weather and all this kind of stuff, I'll take this opportunity to walk the ship and see and be seen by the crew.
All right. Is there any other roleplay you guys wish to do before we close out the session?
No, thank you.
None from me.
All right. On that, chalk this up to be continued.
Nice.